Hey, what's up, guys? This is JL New City, or Jean-Luc, whatever you want to call me, coming in to play some Kingdom Come Deliverance with you guys. So glad, of course, I started out playing this game a little bit sooner, exactly on day one, actually. Played a couple hours, but now I want to start doing walkthroughs. I want to start enjoying the game and putting content on YouTube and putting content specifically for the Wiki Fandom page of Kingdom Come Deliverance. So at least that there'll be traffic and so on like that. So that'd be great for the walkthroughs. After then as well, I'll provide you, sorry, all the information that you would want. You can ask me questions. I can actually give you all of my information as well, to ask me questions and so on like that, so we can provide you exactly what you want and so on for the Wiki Fandom page. So that'd be great. But as of now, let's start this. Let's go through Kingdom Come Deliverance. Let's make a new game here. I just want to completely go through it again. Enjoy the game with you guys.
God bless. Same to you. Today's a scorcher.
Well, husband, how goes it?
Good. I should get it finished today. Where on earth is Henry? I need him to run some errands.
He was still sleeping when I went out.
At this hour? Blue-blooded idler.
Well, it looks like he was out all evening, drinking like a lord.
Go and get the lazy bones up then. Quick clout round the ear should do it.
So these two are your parents in the game, and your name is Henry. By the way, for everyone that did not play the game yet.
Henry! Get up now. There's work to be done.
Get up or I'll come get you up, you slugabed.
Hear that? You'd better not vex him. Now get up quick. Your breakfast is on the table. Wait, what's this? Have you been... Oh, Henry. How many times have I told you about fighting?
Oh, it's nothing. It's just a scratch.
You've been at that sword play again, haven't you? You'd better pray your father doesn't get to hear of it. You know how he feels about it.
Oh, don't worry, it wasn't that. I just scratched myself is all.
Well, just don't come crying to me if you really do get hurt. Now get up, you rogue.
And so the game begins, guys. Real soon, at least.
A fine state you're in this morning. What on earth did you get up to last night?
Okay, by means of the first two choices in this dialogue, you will select your character's default characteristics. Okay. So, we were chatting in the tavern, sorry. I was dancing. No, I'm not going to really go with that. I was with Bianca, which is your girlfriend in the game. And then I was working in the forge. I'm just going to go, I don't know. I'll probably just go Bianca. I want that vitality. Strength is good, but vitality is also very important.
I was with Bianca. We were, talking?
Talking, were you? That's what you call it, is it?
Stop it, Ma.
Well, I've got a feeling there's something you're not telling me. And it's connected with that scratch on your hand. And that suspicious-looking character with a sword who turned up in town recently.
So why would I be interested in sword fighting, which is speech? Matthias was teaching me archery. I was with Bianca. And what does it matter? Let's just go with
So
strength.
I'm learning to sword fight. And what of it? What harm does it do? At least I'll be able to defend myself.
God above, Hal. You know how your father will react when he finds out.
How? What's he gonna do? I'm doing nothing wrong. I just wanted to try it.
On your own head be it then. I can't stop you, and you can deal with your father on your own. Don't come looking to me for help.
Alright. So, my friend's been there. Just go with
Did
that for
Matthew
now.
and Fritz come looking for me?
No, I haven't seen them this morning. They shouldn't be hard to find. They'll be hanging around a tavern somewhere, as usual.
That's unfair.
Really? So where were you until the small hours last night?
I was with Bianca, of course.
You mean at Bianca's tavern? And who was there with you? No, don't tell me, let me guess. Matthew and Fritz. Well, at least you were with Bianca. You should hold on to that one, Hal. She's a clever girl. And invite her for supper sometime. Your father's very fond of her.
Yeah, of course he is. He thinks he'll be able to wheedle the secret of beer brewing out of her.
You're right there. You'd think he was planning to become a brewer in his dotage. Still, that's your father for you. At least he's interested in something, unlike you lot. You're too busy getting into mischief to do an honest day's work. If Fritz and Matthew carry on this way, they'll wind up swinging one day. You mark my words.
Can I get something to eat?
I left some breakfast on the table. Help yourself.
Do you need me to do anything, Ma?
Ah, you're a good lad. But I'm fine. It's your father needs helping with that sword.
Alright, we'll just end the dialogue from here. So,
Be a bit more careful.
we'll just eat from this pot. Pretty much the way that I've noticed is that if you eat from these pots, which I don't know why I can't even before I could, but we'll just take these apples as well. Keep that in our inventory. There's bread as well over here. Lentil soup, man. Always gotta eat some of that, you know? Alrighty. So we'll take that. Pretty much you just go in your inventory. There's going to be pots of lentil soups and stuff like that going around in certain kitchens and so on like that. So you can always just go in and take a bite to eat anytime. It's not like, there's any problem with doing that. Of course, for saving in the game, you're going to have to either drink something, I'm quite sure it's... yeah, the savior snaps, so that's going to be some type of alcoholic drink. If you keep on drinking those and saving the game, you can actually become an alcoholic. So it's kind of weird, the concept that they did it, but pretty much, from what I know, I never really got into drinking the savior snaps. I was kind of more or less like, let's always try and find a bed and save the game. So it's either resting, I believe in your own bed and so on like that. Not in your own bed, but in beds that are not, other people's beds. Other than as well drinking this stuff. So that's pretty much how it is. One thing too, there must be some type of bug going on here, because it's telling me that to activate eating, it's telling me that I'm dropping it or something like that, right? Instead of eating it, so that's kind of weird. It's kind of awkward. But what we'll do here, we'll just eat some apples and stuff. Get that back into our system. A little bit more, we'll just have a bread roll and maybe the lentil soup for now. That should be good. So we'll just go outside. So there's your father at the forge. Pretty much all this, right? Oh yeah, okay, you just tap it. Sorry, you don't hold it. So you can drop stuff in the pot to make food. But of course, yeah, let's just get going here. Talk to your father about stuff, So of course, your father's a blacksmith, so...
At least you're up, that's a start. Anyway, we've a lot of work to do today. I'm finishing the sword for Sir Radzik, and I need your help.
With what?
I'm running out of charcoal. Run to the market and buy a bag from the charcoal burner.
I'll need some money then.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Kunesh still owes me for an axe, a hammer, and the nails I sold him a month ago. Not to mention his debt from before. Go and tell him to pay up, at least for the axe and hammer, and then use the money to buy the charcoal.
Kunesh? That drunkard? That'll be fun.
Well, you're a big lad now. I'm sure you can manage. If not, tell him that next time I'll come myself and personally use that hammer to bang those nails into his arse.
Sure he'll be happy to hear it. Is that all?
Not quite. The Chamberlain at the castle has the crossguard for Sir Radzig's sword, which I had engraved in Sasau.
You want me to go and pick it up? Alright. Money, charcoal, crossguard. Got it.
And ale. Stop off at the tavern on your way home. I know you'll be going there anyway to see that girl of yours. But make sure the ale's still cool from the cellar when you get back.
Her name is Bianca.
Right, so make sure Bianca draws me a nice cool one. Run along now, work won't wait.
Alright, so we're gonna have to get the money from the drunkard. I believe right up here is where you would get the hilt and the handle and so on like that. So we'll do that and get that going.
God be with you.
And with you, Henry.
How are you?
Father sent me. We're forging a sword for Sir Radzik, and the Chamberlain has the crossguard and grip. Father had them engraved in Sasau.
Right. They're here. The Chamberlain gave them to us for you. We looked them over. Beautiful I've never seen anything so fine.
I can't wait to see the sword. Just make sure you don't botch it.
When did I ever botch anything?
Where shall I start?
Ah, shut up and give me what I want, or I'll kick your ass this evening.
Right away, your lordship.
Magnificent. Shame I can't keep the sword for myself. Well, I better go if we're to get the job done by this evening.
Godspeed. See you later in the tavern.
You certainly will. After today's work, the ale might even be on me.
Alright, so we got the cross. Pick up the cross guard. Okay, so we're gonna have to go down to the town. Of course, I believe it's around 10 gold to get the charcoal or something like that. So let's go and talk to... we can either go to Bianca or talk to the drunkard first, so... we can do any of those. We'll just go and talk to the drunkard first. Try and persuade this guy.
God be with you, Kunesh.
What do you want?
My father sent me to get the coin you owe him for the axe, hammer and nails.
I've got nothing. Clear off.
You know you owe father for a lot more than just the axe and hammer. If he went to the bailiff about it, you'd be in deep water. At least pay for the tools if you can't pay for everything.
I told you I have no coin, you bastard. Get the hell out of here, or I'll use the axe on you.
Alright, so this is the persuasions, of course. You'll have these different types of persuasion. So you'll have just simple use of speech. And then as well, you'll have the social status. So depending on like the quality of your attire and how you look and what type of position you are, then of course that'll make a big difference for the people to respond to you and talk to you, right? After then, of course, if you look more dangerous, if people are going to be scared of you, right, that will make an impact as well. So depending on which route you're going to go when it comes to persuasion, of course, you can mix and match, or you can just go fly through when it comes to being that dangerous, dangerous mercenary almost that just, everyone fears. So at least for that, you can either just pay money as well, right? So, I mean, I'll see what I do. Alright, you can expect a visit from father. Debts must be paid. Pay, you drunkard. So I'm just going to say you can expect a visit from father, just because that's more of an easier route. The other two are a little bit more like, hey, I'm going to fight you, and so on like that. So let's just go with this and start with this one first.
If that's the way you want it, I'll tell father you won't pay, and you can tell him what you told me.
So pretty much what we'll do, we'll just go up to talk about it. Never really went this route before. I punched the heck out of that guy. So we'll do this and see what we can do.
About time. Have you got everything I wanted?
I went to see Kunesh, but he wouldn't pay, and then he threatened me.
I might have known. I'll sort him out this evening. I've no time for him now.
But without Kunesh's money, I can't buy those other things you wanted.
Here's coin for the charcoal and the ale. I'll get it back from that mongrel this evening.
I mean, I could just go over there and punch him out again. Oh no. Kind of sucks. Like, that guy, man. That guy has no money, I understand. But, like, if you have debts, man, in this time, you pay your debts. Nothing else you can really do. But, oh well. We got the money. We'll go and get the ale for father. I believe you go over here. Not entirely sure where I'm quite sure it's over here.
You can't be serious, Deutsch. In insulting our king.
What insult? I say only the truth. Sigismund has done only what he had to.
He had to abduct the king. He had to lure his cousin Prokop into a trap and imprison him. He had to invade with his army of Tatars and besiege Kuttenberg.
Why not? What is this Wenceslas for a king? The empire is falling asunder in his hands. The German counts elected Ruprecht of the Palatinate as king because your Wenceslas would not go to their deeds even.
German counts. Traitors.
Now even the Pope
God be with you,
is
Henry.
opposed to your king.
I'm with you, Matthew.
So such lords as
What's going on here?
Rosenberg,
Deutsch is spouting shit.
What?
and
Just listen and you'll hear for yourself.
someone has to bring order and reunite the empire.
What do I care about the Austrians? And nowadays, not even the devil himself can keep up with all the popes. Which is the rightful pope? The one in Rome or the one in Avignon?
Do not blaspheme, Alex.
No, it's true, though. Wenceslas is the king of Bohemia. Bohemian nobles are on his side. To hell with Rosenberg and his cabal. Sir Radzik is Wenceslas' commander-in-chief. He stayed loyal to the king. And if he heard you talking like this, he would have you whipped like a dog.
Your Diet will soon have nothing left to rule. Jobst had to sell Luxembourg to help your king. South Bohemia is with Sigismund
And don't forget about Kuttenberg, where Germans like you kissed Sigismund's feet to keep their heads.
Yes, but
Goodman Deutsch, this is pointless. Let us talk of more pleasant things.
My words exactly.
Deutsch has gone too far. Wenceslas is our rightful king.
Deutsch is an idiot. But what can you do?
I might have an idea. Deutsch deserves to be taught a lesson. Doesn't he, Fritz?
You're too right, Matthew. Should give him a proper hiding.
Are you mad? Do you want to end up in the pillory?
Don't listen to Fritz. I've got a better idea. Deutsch was talking such shit, it made me think of that huge parliament. You know, the one right next to his freshly whitewashed house.
You think we should redecorate for him? Count me in.
Well, I'd rather torch it, to be honest. But throwing some tears will do.
What do you say, Henry?
But I was going to get
No,
ale
that
for
guy-
father and a few other things. We're finishing Sir Radzig's sword.
Come on. Throwing a few handfuls of manure is not going to take all day.
And it's our duty to defend the honor of our king.
So, Hal, are you with us?
So during this walkthrough, I kind of wanted to just, you know, just be the nice guy. I know sometimes it sucks, you know, it's not gonna be always fun and so on like that, but I just wanted to do it. I went the other route before, where, you know, you just throw crap at the wall, other than you run away, fight a little bit, other than that's it, you know, so I'll just leave it alone. It's not too important.
I want to teach the Deutsch a lesson, but I really don't have time.
Well, that's disappointing. Still, we can manage without you. Let's go, lads.
Honestly, Hal, how could you pass up a chance like this?
So they're gonna do it themselves. Ooh. After then, I'm gonna go find Bianca, give me some ale. Oh, is it on the other side?
Here, just as you...
God save, my lovely. You're looking well today.
You too, handsome. What brings you here?
You do. Yeah, I'll go with
Your
that.
beauty, of course.
Oh, noble sir. I'm as honored as any simple maid can be. And apart from my beauty, what else might your worship desire?
I need ale for father.
A pitcher as usual?
Aye. Bring me a cool one from the cellar.
But of course. Here you are.
Thanks.
It's on me today. You can pay me back this evening.
Out of the question. Here you go. And this evening I'll have something more for you.
I can't wait.
Thanks. You'll have something to look forward to this evening.
You too. Oh, by the way, that shifty-looking fellow was asking after you.
Vanya?
I suppose. He's a man who makes his coin robbing honest wayfarers. I'm sure of it. I'll be happy when he's gone for good. But what in heaven's name are you up to with him?
He promised to teach me how to use a sword.
What use would that be to you?
Enough. You sound just like father. I'll be going now.
No.
See you this evening.
What is the problem?
Hal, I've got something special for you.
Is that so? Now what would that be?
Your favorite Savior Schnapps.
Really? You're an angel.
But I said hardly anything.
I hope you'll thank me properly later.
You bet I will.
Alright, so we got the three Savior Snaps. So exactly on the right side of the screen here, it'll say the game auto-saves from time to time at important points in each quest and when you sleep. If you want to save the game quickly, you know, without sleeping or without checkpoints and stuff like that, then you just drink the Savior Schnapps just quickly, you know, just in case if you need to, you know, go someplace and you had to save the game. So what we'll do, we'll talk to Vanyek about sword fighting first before we get the charcoal.
Have you recovered from yesterday's great wound?
Oh, it was nothing. Except Mother noticed and had a word or two to say about it.
No mother's happy when a son starts to take an interest in swords. Where there's weapons, there's death. The question is, what do you want?
I don't want to rot in this hole forever. I feel like I don't belong here. I want to live and see the world. But the world's a dangerous place and I need to know how to protect myself.
Spoken like a man. And as it happens, today's your last chance. I have to leave. So, are you ready to get stuck in?
Yes.
All right, I'll wait on the ground by the sheepfold as usual.
So as we do that, we'll just get the charcoal from this man here. Sorry for the whistle. So we'll trade. Get some charcoal here. I don't know how much these are. Okay, I have 6.8. Okay, I believe that's 11, but whatever. I'll close the deal. Look at the sheep, boys. Beautiful, man. Beautiful scenery. Beautiful town. Just wait for this man to come over. Jesus. Whew.
We can.
Good. And since today's the last time we'll be seeing each other, you can show me everything I've taught you so far.
Alrighty.
Very
Take
well.
out the sword.
Let's start with the basics. Keep moving. Your life depends on it.
So pretty much,
All right.
at least for PC, you'd press shift to focus, and of course move around. Always keep moving.
Different sides. Unpredictability is the key. Never repeat yourself.
Now you're getting it.
The point of the blade is for stabbing. Try it a few times. Good. Good. Let's try something else. One strike, I can fend off without a sweat. But if you chain your strikes, I'll have a much harder time. As soon as you land one blow, follow it with another. Good. Good. Nice. All right. That's enough. I don't know about you.
And let's go back to Father. We got the charcoal. Of course, we got some money from him. I wish we got the money from that one guy, but whatever. We can't really do anything at this point anymore. But at least for that, we got everything that we need. So of course, I just wanted to take a quick look at this guy. Sorry, for your character, at least for Henry itself, you're gonna have all of these different types of combats, right? So you're gonna have skills for warfare, skills for defense, axe, bow, mace, sword, unarmed, right? So if you played games like Oblivion or something like that, I would say that it would kind of be close to what Oblivion would be, how exactly when you do things that take part into these skills, you gain experience and levels, right? So it would be closer to Elder Scrolls for Oblivion compared to Skyrim. Skyrim was just, you level up, you put perks, right? You get perks and so on like that per points. So at least for that, it would be almost the same as Oblivion, how you have to take part into stuff after then you level up based on how much you use them and how well you use them. At least for the skills themselves, there's a bunch. There's going to be alchemy. Drinking is one. So if you do drink a lot of the Savior Snaps, you drink a lot of ale, you're obviously going to put it up in there. Herbalism is picking up, herbs, flowers, stuff like that. You're gonna find a lot of poppies, a lot of sages in the start of the game and stuff like that. So horsemanship, of course, riding a horse, hunting is one thing, lockpicking is another. Maintenance of taking care of your weaponry and also your armor and so on. After then as well, pickpocketing is another. Reading and stealth. So at least for the buffs, I have none right now. After then, of course, yeah, that's pretty much it. So we're just level 1 right now, just basic. So, of course. I'm quite sure. Oh. If you go on skills and you press show more, yeah, there you go. So for example, when it comes to herbalism itself, so herbalism skill allows you to collect more herbs with a single action, right? So this means that you are able to gather plants more quickly and easily, right? So now perk points unlock at 5, 10, 15, and 20. After then, of course, you'll have like pretty much these subdivisions. I'm not entirely sure if you can get all 4 or you pick or so on like that, right? So I'm quite sure there's a possibility that you can pick out of them. We'll have to figure it out ourselves. Of course, I'm unsure how it really goes, but we'll definitely see how everything unravels here. But at least for flower power, so if you got enough fragrant herbs in your inventory, you get a +2 charisma bonus. Horsenip is if your horse has enough fragrant herbs in its saddlebag, it will shy less. Botanist is the herbs you sell have a 15% higher price, which is not too bad. After then, of course, leg day is herb picking activity will add experience to your strength stat. So that's actually pretty good as well, and that's going to be the minimum level of 10. Of course, for alchemy, there's crazy. Okay, when it comes to the wiki itself, this is going to be one of the main cores of our focus points for actually putting in info for the wiki fandom page for Kingdom Come Deliverance. So this is going to be the main one here. Alchemy is huge. We'll go through that in a bit, but I just want to show you exactly what beer as well has big stats on it, big different ways of doing it. Now, of course, when it comes to drinking as well, there are some perks that have pros and cons for both. And then as well, you'll have horsemanship, right? So pretty much what it's looking is that herbalism is one of the smallest skill trees that you can go through. Pickpocketing is huge. And then even stealth is pretty big as well. So, I mean, when you're looking at this, if we went back to alchemy, which would be, I mean, supposedly, alchemy is one of the biggest parts of this game. And if you actually focus on alchemy, it would be extremely good for you throughout the game, right? So, he's for alchemy itself, so the better your mastery of alchemy, the easier it is to brew potions, even if you make minor mistakes. A master who adheres carefully to the recipe, on the other hand, can make up to 3 potions from the same ingredient as one. So that's pretty much saying that the better you are, the more potions you can make out of just single ingredients mixed together, right? Salted and smoked. So cured and cooked foods in your inventory will spoil 20% more slowly. Water of life as healing potions will heal you 50% more, but will also intoxicate you 50% more. So there's that pro and con of having these specific skills. So right here, Witcher. So potions will fill you up 30% less, which means that you can drink more of them and more often. Trial and error is when brewing, you can make one extra mistake without affecting the results. Venomous blade, poison applied to a weapon will remain on the blade longer. So I mean, when it comes to alchemy itself, right, throughout so many games, it was like that healing, resistance, and cure part of it. And then there was that also offensive part of poison and so on like that. Of course, this game is focusing on pure medieval realistic gameplay. So of course that, you know, the differences between like Witcher and Elder Scrolls and all these other games is that of course you're not going to have like random weird effects to it. You're gonna have pretty realistic effects when it comes to certain things, and this game is trying to embrace that, which is what I love. And for so many people, at least, that took part into the Wiki Fandom page as well, I thank you so much for putting your time and effort into the Wiki page, which is fantastic. But also for a lot of us that put time and effort into creating content and putting information, we wanted a game like this. We wanted a game where it would be realistic as possible when it comes to RPGs themselves. We always wanted some realistic medieval game that is an RPG related, not exactly more just warfare related. So fantastic, and I thank Warhorse and Deep Silver for making this game. Of course, through updates, as you may experience, there might be slight just bugs here and there, but of course this is an amazing, huge game, and of course through their time and effort of making this game, there's no way that they're just going to give up on it. They're going to continue making updates, they're going to continue striving to make this game better, and that's what I love as well. So carrying on, Snake Oil Salesman, so potions you brew yourself have a 20% higher selling price. Bundle Alchemist is when you successfully brew a potion, you can get 1 extra. So, pretty much, if you go with these skill trees, which again, I don't know if you can stack them, or you have to pick, or you can get all of them, right? I'm really unsure. But maybe with the minimum levels, so the ones that have minimum levels of like 10, you might have to pick out of one or the other. I'm not too sure, but we'll definitely figure it out, and we'll get that information for each and every one of you. And even if you guys are looking into the game and you're not sure of buying it, this is a great way to try and figure out exactly like what this game's all about and what the core is about this game as well. So routine 1. So you can now auto brew potions you have brewed once before. So that's pretty much, yeah, the more you brew the same potions, the easier it is. Auto brewing, so we'll produce 3 potions from the price of 1. So, yeah, I just wanted to focus on alchemy there. There's definitely a lot more than just alchemy. I just heard that alchemy is one of the biggest cores of the game and is massive. Right? Because there's so many different types of herbs, different types of flowers, different types of stuff that you can pick up, right? So I find like the alchemy skill tree is massive and it can really help you. So that's probably what I'm going to focus on as well, is gathering a lot of herbs, a lot of flowers, a lot of stuff so I can bring up herbalism, right? Other than for that bringing up alchemy. I'm not going to focus on drinking that much. I'm going to go through it, and again, we're going to take some time to just go and elaborate on it and see what we can even discover through all of these skill trees. Even things that maybe people figured out that you can do, but even then, I figure out for each other and for myself and everyone else, right? So at least for that, hunting is going to be a main one too. Horsemanship, of course, if you can get a horse, depending on what part of the game you're in. Lockpicking is going to be a huge one, especially, I mean, if you're going to be that sneaky guy that might do some, you know, stealing and whatnot sometimes just to make it a little bit easier on your end of things to get gold. That would be definitely easy for you as well. And maintenance is a big one. Like, you're not going to want to continuously buy weapons and armor all the time. You're going to want to put some time into improving them and tempering them and all that stuff, right? So yeah, it looks like it's well elaborated. It's going to be pretty crazy how much we're going to discover in this game, and we're going to figure out what we can do with all of these skills. That's going to be fun, for sure. So let's just go back to the game. And let's go back to Father. Let's talk to him again, for sure. So, about the things you wanted.
Yeah, about time. Have you got everything I wanted?
Quite sure I did. Yeah, I got the charcoal, I got the ale, and I got from the crossguard.
The hilt and the ale.
Yep, the hilt. Yeah.
Good job. Let's have it then, son. Well done. Right. Let's see what kind of job the master in Sasau did for us. Look at that, lad. That's what I call craftsmanship.
What does the inscription mean?
Damned if I know. Doesn't look like Czech to me. Latin, maybe? Lord Radzig ordered it. Oh, this will be the finest sword I've ever made. Have you got the charcoal? Good. Then fire up the forge. We'll put it all together. By the way, I heard some gossip about what happened to Deutsch. I expect you know something about it.
Maybe.
Maybe? Someone threw dung at Deutsch's freshly lime-washed house, maybe? And maybe those cronies of yours had something to do with it?
That Deutsch was talking treason in the tavern about Sigismund and the king. He got what he deserved.
Oh, got what he deserved, did he? Look, I don't know if you're mixed up in this or if it's just those friends of yours. It's all the same to me. But I have a trade to run. The German pays well. And having my son in the pillory helps nothing and nobody, least of all the king. Do you understand?
Yes.
Look me in the eye, Henry. Do you understand?
I understand.
Good. Then we'll never have this conversation again.
What, so you think it's right to let traitors speak ill of the king?
Does that boy ever listen to a word I say? So Deutsch spouts rubbish, so what? You might win a fight with violence, but you'll never win an argument. Remember, Henry, if you want to convince someone that they're wrong, try using your mouth, and not your fists.
The furnace is ready.
Right, we'll do the grip. I'll heat it up, and when I take it out, you slip the grip on so it fits exactly. You know what you're doing. Do it. Good. Once more. That's it. Done. Now file it down so it sits well in the hand. I'll prepare the guard.
Father, why did you leave Prague? Who ever heard of a master swordsmith making horseshoes in a village?
I had my reasons, Hal. And here I have your mother and you. Why would I want any other life?
Do you remember Emperor Charles?
I do. Life was good under his reign.
Better than now.
He built half of Prague, and a score of castles, had a bridge made over the Moldau, and founded a university, and all without a war. He knew how to rule.
Better than Wenceslas.
Better by far. But Wenceslas doesn't have it easy. It's hard to step into the shoes of someone whose like is born only once 1,000 years.
What about Sigismund?
Do you think Charles would have brought an army down on his own people like Sigismund? No. Wenceslas may not be the equal of his father, but Sigismund, he brings shame to the royal name. How's it going? Give it here, and we'll put it all together.
It's magnificent.
Indeed it is. The Lord be with you. My father sent me for those nails.
Good day to you, Teresa. They're ready. Will you fetch them for me, Hal? They're in the trunk in the living room.
Just go get those nails for Teresa. Okay, in the trunk in the living room. Pretty sure it's in here. We'll take up the bandages and stuff too. You're gonna need that anyway, right? Let's go. Bring those nails for Teresa. There you go.
Here are those nails you wanted.
Thanks. So, how's Bianca?
She's fine. Why do you ask?
Just wondering, will you be going to the dance this evening?
We will.
Maybe we'll see each other there. Anyway, mustn't keep you. I'll be on my way. That sword is truly beautiful.
This boy, man.
Fine lass, eh?
This boy.
Now stop staring at
This
her
boy,
and come
man.
and see this. It's time for the trial by fire. We did a fine job.
I would expect nothing less from such a renowned swordsmith.
Those days are gone, sir.
You haven't lost your skills, though. Would you like to try it?
Sir, what good is a sword to a commoner?
Let him try it. You still have a lot to learn. Ask your father to show you how. He knows what he's about.
Learning his trade will serve him better in life, sir.
Perhaps. But who knows what the future holds for each of us. I see that you almost have it finished.
It just needs a polish, then Henry will bring it to you.
Excellent. Fine work, very fine. A sword such as this will bring honor to its bearer. What say you, Svan?
True, Sir Radzik. If I'd have had its like back in Nicopolis, things would have worked out differently. How odd to find such an accomplished swordsmith working in a place like this. A man of his talent would have no problem making a fortune in Prague or Vienna.
You're right. It's a very long and peculiar story.
I'd be glad to listen to it over a cup of wine, but duty calls, and I must leave. Here you are. Learn from your father. He truly is a master of his craft.
I'm sure our paths will cross again.
He certainly will.
Once it's ready, send your son up to me with it. Good work, Martin.
Sir.
It's been an honor, Sir Isvan. Have a safe journey to Sasau.
The honor is mine, Sir Radzik. Thank you for the hospitality.
A long, peculiar history.
That was a long time ago. I might tell you about it sometime, but not today.
Will you teach me how to use it, like Sir Radzik said?
Why?
Well, it could come in useful. Maybe I'll travel a bit before settling down. I'd like to know more than the tavern on the green and the forge.
You know the trouble with an adventurous life, son? It can end before it gets started. I might teach you how to handle a sword, and then someone will shoot you with a crossbow as soon as you set foot outside the house.
You talk as if you've seen it happen.
A man my age has seen a lot. Being a blacksmith might bring no glory, but it has its benefits, like keeping your head on your shoulders. I want to end my days in Skalitz, here, beneath the linden tree and by your mother's side.
Well, so do I, one day. But first, I'd like to see the world, meet new people.
Meet them or beat them?
Meet. You have to keep going on about it.
Then you've no need to learn swordplay.
A messenger.
He was in a hurry. What's happened? Listen to me, Hal. Listen carefully. Take the sword, go into the house, and grab anything else important from the trunk. Go to the castle. Hurry!
What about you?
Your mother is in the village. I'll fetch her and we'll follow right behind.
I'll go with you.
No! You'll do what I say right now. Give the sword to Sir Radzik. If anything happens, he'll take care of you. He owes me.
Quickly! We have to close the gates!
Move! Come on, we're closing!
Move it, people!
Come on!
We're running
Come
out of
on!
time! Oh, Henry! Thank God! Get inside quick! We have to shut the
Keep
gates!
running, people! Come on!
Mind this for me.
Are you mad? You can't go back! Ah.
Get through the gates!
Yo, that boy's face, man.
Come on, Hal! You can still make it! Run!
Man, that sucks.
Find a horse! Ride to Talmberg! Tell them what's coming! Warn them!
Run by the moats! There's a path down there! Jump down from the wall and flee!
Alright. So that was a big shift. Big change of the game. Just gonna have to go get a horse and ride to Talmberg now. Horse riding's pretty simple in this game. See, I can't save. That's Teresa, and I can't save her. Like, there's no way that I can. There's no way that I can do that. So, like, that's 4 guys, man. I don't even know how to fight properly in this game. So I'm going. Sorry, Teresa, but I gotta go. I gotta go, okay? I have to ride to Talmberg, okay? I'm sorry. Right in the leg, bro. Like these guys, man. These guys crazy, bro. Keep riding. Just keep riding. Keep riding.
Left. Talmberg is to the left, along the string.
Keep running. Oh shoot, boy. These guys on steroids, man. Lord.
Flee! Flee! To Talmberg!
Sorry. Get out of the way. Holy cow, dude. What the heck is that?
Flee! To Talmberg!
Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Oh, Jesus. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Yeah, man. These guys. Just want to go to Talmberg, man. Leave me alone. Jeez, man. Sweet, guys. You got it. We rode to Talmberg.
Oh my god! Wait! Jesus Christ!
Do something! Help! Quickly, everyone! Get your asses here! Hey! And loose! Halt your Hosen inne!
Quickly! We're closing the gate!
Someone give him a drink. And bring hot wine and bandages. Tell me, boy, who are you, and where are you from? What in hell's name happened?
I've come from Skalitz. They burned it to the ground. Slaughtered everyone.
Who? Who burned it to the ground?
A huge army. They attacked without warning. And they weren't Czechs or Germans either.
Who then?
I don't know. I've never seen armor like it or heard their language. Maybe Tatars?
Tartars, you say? Well, we'll deal with that later. First, let's have a look at that leg of yours. Grit your teeth, boy. I'm gonna pull that arrow out. Easy. All done. You were lucky, lad. The arrow missed the bone. It only needed bandaging, and I've done that often enough before. War is a good teacher. Can you stand? There you go. Good as new.
Thank you.
If you idlers nothing better to do, get back to work. You'll have to speak to Lord Divish. Can you manage? Sir, this is a survivor from...
I heard, Robard. Tell me, boy, what exactly happened? Did you see the ensigns of the attackers? And were there any more survivors?
So, I don't know what army it was, but it was huge. There were dozens of banners flying on the hill above Skalitz. The ones who did the slaughtering spoke a strange language. They burned Skalitz to the ground. But a lot of people took refuge in the castle. I wasn't quick enough. And as I fled, they shouted from the battlements that I should come and warn you.
The soldiers the boy didn't recognize. They could be those Cumans of Sigismund's. It said they came to Hungary from the east, and now they're the core of his army. Sacking Gutenberg must have given him a taste for stolen silver.
Skalitz is a small castle, sir. If Sigismund attacks, they can't hold.
Indeed, Sir Robard. And our small garrison would be no help, even if we could risk sending them.
You think we're next in line?
Maybe. What's your name, boy?
I'm Henry, son of the Skalitz blacksmith.
I know him. Did he make it inside the castle? I'm sorry. It's in God's hands now. No one else can help us. Anyway, thank you for risking your neck to warn us. Robard, take care of Henry. Make sure he gets something to eat and some rest.
Yes, sir.
And get all the people inside the gates. We have to prepare for the worst. Make all the necessary arrangements.
As you command, sir.
Yep, so we're not technically close to done finishing like the prologue. Prologue's still maybe for another 30 minutes or something like that. But for sure, I mean, there you have it, guys. I'm just gonna leave it here for now for our part. This is going to be our part 1 walkthrough for Kingdom Come Deliverance. After then, of course, I'll create the part 2 sometime soon, starting from here and going on forward. If you guys have any questions at all, feel free to just go on the Wiki Fandom page, go on the forums as well, ask some questions. Even I can... if you go on my YouTube channel as well and ask some questions, that'd be fine as well. Thank you for listening, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys liked it. I hope this can be a help for the Wiki Fandom page as well, and a help to anyone that is watching this video as well. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you for taking part in this as well. Was a pleasure. Thank you.